This is a new episode or new series. What if Izuku or what if the queen fell in love with Izuku? Yeah. Let's start off with okay, with villain Izuku. Let's make that clear. He's gonna be like a all-round type of villain, or maybe kinda, but he's gonna be stronger than All for One for a fact. Yeah. Anyways, I'm probably gonna make a couple videos tonight so I can just get them out the way, and then I don't gotta worry about me making no more soon. But I'm probably make some more tomorrow since tomorrow's Saturday. So yeah, let's start off with I think I'm gonna upload them on Saturday. I'm gonna upload them. But yeah, let's start. Oh yeah, Izuku's quirk is shadow and oh no, I don't want to do that. Get that light on my fucking face. I don't know what his quirk is gonna be, but shut the fuck up. Izuku, I don't know what his quirk is gonna be, but I know he's gonna impersonate Red. Oh my fucking god. He's gonna impersonate Red Hood. But at the same time, he's gonna have two suits. First suit, the suit that I'm gonna use that he's probably gonna wear the most is the Red Hood suit, and the other suit is gonna be the If you ever played the new Batman or the most recent one that came out, that one, like when like like when like the other side of Batman, like when Robin had that other suit on, that one. Oh, stop, fucking playing. That one. Yeah. Anyways, bro. Just yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna figure out his quirk later. But yeah, let's start. Hold on, let me. Anyways, yeah, Izuku. Izuku, he you know, he goes to the or yeah, I know his quirk. His quirk is gonna be fire manipulation, but it's not gonna be like too strong. He's gonna have two quirks: fire manipulation and shadow teleport, or shadow manipulation too. Oh, hold on, let me. He'll have shadow manipulation and a weak fire, or not necessarily weak, but not overpowered fire quirk. So yeah, yeah, bro. Fucking legs, please fucking move. Anyways, let's get started. We start off with Izuku. We're not gonna do no backstory. Or he's young. I really don't have time for that. I mean, I got time. I just really don't want to do it. Oh, and the queen, she's gonna be, or let's just say she's gonna try to. Never mind. Like, let me ask. Anyways, let's Izuku's anyway, sitting in the class as off or my bad. Aizawa, he says you're gonna have a new student prior. He said that this morning though. In the morning he said that. Or let's say it's morning time, 7 o'clock. He says you guys are gonna have a new student soon. She'll maybe come tomorrow or the day after. But as he has a serious face saying, please be respectful. She's the queen of Japan. As everybody stops muttering type shit and starts talking type shit. And you know, they was like the queen. As Izuku says, I didn't mean to say that. I see they all look around, saying, talking as Aizawa tells them to shut up and that they're gonna have extra work today. And that they're gonna have extra work today since they kept talking over a little incident type shit. Anyways, do I want to time skip them 2 days? Yeah, time skip them 2 days, or time skip like a day. It's like parades everywhere. The queen's, she's on her little chariot thing, and she's walking through the houses, trying to find her prince, basically. As she's going through houses, dorms, everything, she finds some nice looking people. She finds some nice looking people as she tells them to get in the chariot behind her, and that she only wants the strongest man to be her prince. As Izuku, he's getting ready, putting on his suit, putting on his mask. He goes outside at nighttime, and they're trying to capture the Red Hood. He's a very big criminal with over 2,000 kills, more than any supervillain, more than any villain or vigilante has ever killed anyone. And that's just for civilians. But heroes, that's over, let's say heroes, he has over 100 or over 200. Huh. Anyways, as you know, Izuku's not thinking right since that day before. He just had a breakup as he's angry but saddened at the same time, as he doesn't notice anything around him going to where he sees people making drug deals. He seeing that people are having drug deals. He gets angry at, as he activates his shadow manipulation quirk as he teleports to the shadows, and he activates his fire quirk, sending a big gushy heat towards them and shooting bullets at the same time. After that little second wave of after that little second wave of bullets, Izuku checks the bodies, snapping all of their necks and giving them an extra bullet in the brain to make sure they're dead. Izuku, yeah. Izuku, he says, yeah, Izuku says that, fucking heroes, going up to the last hero, or whatever he is, snapping his neck and pulling a bullet in his brain. As the Queen's chariot hear a loud gunshot as they all as they all, they hear a loud gunshot, two of them, as they're screaming, and they are like, what the hell is going on? And Izuku has fallen right into their trap, as we see a masked man, as he says, Red Hood, he fell right into my trap, chuckling and saying, I thought you were supposed to be better than this. Anyways, take that stupid mask off. As Izuku has got 2 gunshots in his leg, he didn't get to kill the last guy. As he pulls his knife out and kills the guy basically stabs him in his eye. As Izuku takes his knife out, ripping the guy's eye out, and it's just brutal. He slides the knife back into his holster. Trying to get up, he's holding the walls as trying to get up. He's holding the walls as he falls back down, screaming in pain. As the queen chair comes over there, and Izuku passes out. But his final words were, "This isn't over." Saying this isn't over. And yeah. Time skip. Izuku's woke up with Izuku wakes up with, let's say, a change of clothes to his left. And he's in a very rich bed, as he's never experienced this luxury before. As he's kind of confused where he is. Getting up, but saying he still can't move. He checks to see his wounds. Taking off his pants, seeing the bullet holes, seeing wounds in his legs, as he sighs but still tries to get up. As everyone knows his identity, he tries to get out. But that's when he's he's found by that's when he gets up, and that's when the queen walks in with the little two were supposedly our strongest guards. As they both look at Izuku trying to escape, as Izuku looks at the window, as Izuku tries to run, but forgets, falls on his face. As blood drips from his forehead, and Izuku, he sits up, saying, "You caught me." They both look at him. Where the queen looks at Izuku and says, I don't want to, no gay shit, okay? No homo. I'm saying it right now, no homo. Izuku, he says, he says that, well, the queen says, he's a nice looking boy, I love him. Or, yeah. And she says, he piques my interest. So this is the one that was hiding under the mask the whole time. Oh, man. As Izuku looks up, and blood is dripping from his forehead as he wipes his blood, and he says, "What do you want from me?" As teleporting to the shadows, but there's not it's not really that many shadows in the room. He just teleports to a random shadow in the corner of the room. He teleports, as you know. They say they look around and eventually find him. Izuku, you know, Izuku says that. Izuku says that. He says, so what do you want from me? Just let me go. And I promise I promise to my sweet little heart that I won't kill any more civilians. As she chuckles, saying that's a lie. Anyways, what's your name? As he doesn't answer, as the guards, they threaten him. As Izuku says, it's not as if your weapons can hurt me anyway. These bullet wounds are just a minor sting. Chuckling, as the queen says, she's seen the guards attack that nigga. As the guards, shoot their little weapons at Izuku. As Izuku screams in so much pain. He's never felt this pain before. As the queen walks up to him saying, you're mine now. Giving him a collar and saying, you'll be competing, but I'll let you go some other time because you're wounded. As Izuku chuckles, saying, that doesn't mean anything. He says that doesn't mean anything, but okay. And he says that doesn't mean anything. And the queen says, she walks up to him and says, or she says, go get the priest so, she can heal Izuku, so she can heal him. Or this is not gonna be. This is gonna be, what if Izuku, or what if the queen's priest fell in love with Izuku? Yeah. I guess this is what the priest is gonna look like there, because I really don't feel like changing the picture. Yeah. Or the king walks in and says, daughter, or says, my daughter, what are you doing? Daughter, what are you doing? As, she starts explaining, as she says, they say, get that filthy rat in here. Basically, her powers, if I ever seen Redo Hitler, that was a very good anime. I almost skipped up and fucked up and said something else. That was a very good anime. Anyways, Izuku, he knowing what healing can do in his world, or from his little healing trauma, he doesn't want her to heal him. As he says, I'll just walk it off, getting up, flinching in pain, but still getting up. As he falls back down, but saying, what the hell, what type of bullets did he shoot me with? I could withstand regular bullets. As she says, oh, those bullets are not regular. I'm just gonna come up with a random name. She says those are hybrid jet velocity type 9 bullets. The rarest bullets in the world. Only one person can make them, and we have them. As Izuku says, of course you do. Knowing who the person is, since he used to work with him, he says, He says, as he says, the priest walks in, as the priest walks in, bro, fucking stop, oh, damn. The priest walks in and, goes up to Izuku, and, as they both say, or the queen, like, hey, heal him, heal him now, brat. Hitting her, Izuku, he, she's gonna be like a little messed up in the head, but she's not gonna be too crazy, okay? She says, they both say, heal him now, as Izuku, gets healed as she falls onto the ground, not being able to move her legs, as Izuku stands up perfectly fine. Ooh, I was gonna make this shit like some Iron Man type shit, but never mind. Izuku, he, you know, he helps the, what's her name? The priest out or priestess. He helps the priestess out as he, he says I can help her with this trauma. As they both say no. You're gonna be fighting for the princess. As Izuku looks at the princess, and then he looks at the priest, as he says, you're not even all that pretty. Chuckling, saying, I'd fight for the priest more than saying I'd fight for the priest first before I'd ever fight for a greedy. As she does name a list of names off as the queen gets angry, smacking Izuku, activating her quirk or fuck that. Izuku has a very strong fire quirk. Activating her fire quirk and about to burn Izuku as Izuku's fire comes out. It's basically like Gaara's shield, basically. Izuku's fire comes out as it or not Gaara's shield. Izuku's fire is basically like Gaara's sand. That's how it operates. It comes out with black flames. I'm sorry, two flames. I can't have them up a little bit too much. Anyways, he you know, he you know, Izuku his little fire of black Amaterasu flames come out as it looks like a dragon as it it like protects him, this type of shit. As the queen gets scared, saying the legendary black flames, Amaterasu, as she says, Father, get me out of here now. Walking back out as they left their priestess in there. As Izuku goes up to her, as she flinches away, and as she's usually being hit and drugged and beat. Yeah. Anyways, the queen, since after a while she's got rid of, she wasn't scared anymore, so she sends guards in there to find out that the window is broken and the priestess and Izuku have escaped. As she says on the little ride, she says, where are we going? And why are you saving me? As he says, let's just say, I had a buddy who was treated like you. We had the same healing power. But it's very much in the past now. Let's just say, he rewrote the world. Let's just say he rewrote the world after killing a certain someone. as they both say, he says in this is exactly how things were planned. This is basically all scripted. As he says, who's your friend? As he says, I don't know that nigga name. I'm being honest with y'all. She says, what's his name? As I'm gonna just call him. As she says, he says, or no, she says, what was his name? As he says, Yugi. He says his name was. I'm saying. She says his name was Kimimoto. Yeah, his name is Kimimoto. As she says, I say that again. And she says Kimimoto. As she says, Kimimoto, Yugi, or Kimimoto. Yeah, she said Kimimoto Yugi. As she says, that's why. As he clicks the pieces together. He clicks the pieces together like, as he says, that's your dad. As she says, yeah. He told me that he was gonna rewrite the world. As she says, he says, how old are you? As she says, I'm only 17. As Izuku says, that would make sense. As she says, or Izuku says, I think I know where he is to this day. That little bastard's hiding, waiting for me to come get him. Chuckling, he says, well, saying, well, I think I know where to go. And saying, picking her up, saying, hold on. Black Amaterasu wings come out as Izuku closes his eyes and lets his inner dragon take over. As his inner dragon just flies around and eventually goes to the place that Izuku wanted to go. As they get to the Demon King's, or the Demon Realm, where you go to entrance to the Demon Realm. They say, where she says, my father doesn't want me going in there. He told me. He says that, shut up. I know exactly why. As he walks in there, Izuku walks in there while holding, what's her name? Oh, she hasn't given him her name yet. Izuku walks in there while holding, I'm gonna just call him Kimimoto, while holding Kimimoto's daughter's hand. He says, by the way, I never got your name. As she says, huh? Oh, my name is Ava. As he says, he says, pretty name. He says, whoever your mother was, he picked right. And as he chuckles, saying, all the women he had in his life, I don't know who your mother is. As, she says, huh? As he says, oh, nothing. But thinking, since the red hair and she has black hair, and that he must have gotten the Demon King pregnant, that's what he suspects, or Demon Queen, I fucked up. Demon Queen pregnant, that's what he suspects, that the Demon Queen is her mother. Making her a princess too. As Izuku says, he says, how old are you? I'm only 18, but when your father rewrote the world, he regave me my abilities in immortality and a lot of other stuff that I didn't have in my past life. Looking down, he says like a lot of stuff. But still walking, they get to the Demon King's castle. by trying to be attacked by demons, but they sense that she's royalty, so they don't attack her. In Izuku, they're just suspicious of him, but only a couple of people know him. As Izuku gets to the Demon King's castle, kicking open the door while letting go of Kirimoto's daughter's hand, he says, he looks at the crown, or he looks at the king, saying, I fucking knew it. Chuckling, and as Kirimoto gets up, saying, you finally came. You finally came. As he says, yeah, it took me a minute, but I thought you were here. As, like 7 women come out saying 7 women are behind them, like with something in their mouth, like filled, like, you see, oh, never mind, I'm not gonna do that. As she hears footsteps saying, honey, who's that? As the demon queen walks out saying, the demon queen walks out basically saying, who is that? Looking behind her, seeing that nice red hair and black hair. As she walks up to him, hugging her, saying my daughter, basically, type shit. As he says, hey, wanna go out for some drinks? As, Kimoto's kind of hesitant as he says, he looks at the demon queen saying, can I? As she says, what about your daughter? Type shit. As he rolls his eyes saying, you should catch up with your daughter. He's saying you should catch up with your daughter. I've already caught up with her. As Izuku says, oh yeah, looking at him saying, I need to talk to you outside for a sec. And she says, yeah, sure. He says, yeah, sure. But they both, speed him and greedy outside. As they both speed him and greedy outside, and after they both speed him and greedy outside, Izuku, he says, so, you know that your daughter is, yeah, I know. So why didn't you do anything, man? That's your daughter. Well, I was hoping that you were gonna save her sooner. And Shizuku was kind of confused, saying, but I never knew about your daughter. I never knew that you even had a daughter. I just put the pieces together when I found her. Yeah, but as he says, do you even know what she went through? She was beat, and as he says, I know. As Izuku, she says, or Kirimoto says, that's why I'm arranging you to be her bodyguard. As Izuku looks at him like, she ain't sure about all that. He says, see, I already saved your daughter. I don't want to be her protector too. As he says, I wouldn't mind, but as he says, fine, it's settled. Pulling out a deed and writing his name and writing Izuku's signature on it. Wow, it's all happening so fast. Izuku can't process anything. It's happening so fast. as he you know, he says to also Izuku, I want you to also rebuild the royalty clan. He's just like, man, what the fuck? He says, what the hell? He says, what the hell, man? I'm like, what? Because he says, I'm like a million years way too hot and way too old for your daughter. As he chuckles, saying, as he says, yeah, but you don't look a. He says you don't look a day under 30. You like what, 20? As Izuku says, fine. He says fine. As time skip, Izuku and Kimimoto have Yukimoto. Right, as Kimimoto has a Seto Kaiba. My bad. As Kimimoto, him and Izuku has went out for drinks. As you know, they both they both went out for drinks in the demon world. As that shit hit strong. It's like 2 times different, like 1,000 times different than a beer in a human world. But still, you know, he's never been a strong drinker. Kimimoto has never been a strong drinker. So after 1 or 2 cups, you know, that body says, flop, gunshot, and it fucks him up, and you know, he yeah. Man, he anyways, they Izuku takes his homie homes or his homie to the crib, but he takes Kimimoto to the crib as, you know, the wife takes him in. His wife takes him and lays him in a bed saying, thank you, Izuku, chuckling and saying, or as Izuku says, she says, you're a good wife, chuckling and walking away. As, you know, she says thanks, Izuku. Walking back into her room, she walking back into her room, she she oh yeah, my bad. Anyways, as Izuku's walking or heading his way out, heading his way out, he hears footsteps as he turns around, seeing Kimimoto's daughter behind him. As he sees Kimimoto's daughter behind him, he says, what do you want? As she says, well, my dad told me that, or my mother told me that she wants me and you to rebuild the Roshi family. As Izuku chuckles, saying, like I told your father, I'm way too old for you, but fine. Walking away, she, as Izuku starts walking away, she says, wait, you know, type shit. And she says, what is it, Eva? I think her name is Eva. Yeah, he says, what is it, Eva? And she says, well, I yeah, she says, well, don't you want to start right now? While she's in her robe. And she's unbuttoning or untying her robe. She walks up to Izuku while untying her robe as she wraps her robe around Izuku, letting her titties feel Izuku's chest. Oh yeah, Izuku, he's kind of wearing like his drip is it's kind of like bond, but at the same time it's not. He's wearing like pants with a jacket with no shirt on, basically type shit. Well, he's wearing pants with he's wearing his red hood pants basically, and he's wearing a severed like a fucked up red hood chest plate. He only has the back plate on it. As she hugs Izuku and wraps her robe around him, Izuku looks down at her, looking at her. Looking at her crystal blue eyes, he leans in as he is looking at her crystal eyes. Looking at her crystal blue eyes, she says, or Izuku says, I gotta go. Walking away. As she says, she's like, she's sad type shit. Like, no gay shit when I say this shit right here. No homo right here. She's sad. Like, that's her man. Basically, that was her man. And now, Izuku's gone. He will be coming back though. So it's really not no biggies. As, she says, she says, she says that she says that she said Izuku wait as Izuku stops and then I saying what is it, and she pecks him on the lips saying thanks for everything as he says he he looks at the he he looks at her saying, come on, you wanna leave with me? I'm sorry. She says, do you want to leave with me? Or Izuku says, would you like to leave with me? We can make babies, when we get there. As she blushes, like, a lot. As he holds his hand out, and she grabs it saying, fine. And, they leave the demon world while Izuku leaves a note for Himimoto. And yeah, for Himimoto. And yeah. Anyways, Izuku, he goes to, who gives a fuck? I got the money, now that's all that I want. Alright, my bad. Oops, game on. Anyways, who gives a fuck? I got the money, now that's all that I want. But yeah, Izuku, he picks her up bridal style, and he gets to, he, bruh, I got a plan for when they get married too. Like, let me stop, but let me see. And she says, she walks as they get to, let's time skip like a lot. Maybe like a good 4 or 5 days. They get to a town as they basically rent them a little room as Izuku says, or Eva says, Izuku, do you want to wait till we get married to make children? Or as Izuku says, bitch, pass that hat, pass that hat. Yeah, but she says, pass that hat. Bounce it. But yeah, Izuku, 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 he says, if you really want to wait till kids or for marriage for kids, we can. But if you don't want to, I'm going up behind her saying, you can let me handle that type shit. As, she says, I think I want to wait till marriage. She says, I really haven't got to know you. And we're already thinking about remaking the royalty population. As Ezekiel teleports to the shadows in the chair saying, yeah, you're right. But taking off his backplate. She taking off his backplate. Ezekiel throws it as, she picks it up and puts it somewhere, saying you shouldn't be so reckless. As Ezekiel gets up and he goes to the mirror as he turns around to see, as she sees holes in his chest, or in the back, she sees holes in his back. As she says, what happened? Touching them. As Izuku he doesn't flinch because it really doesn't hurt anymore. As she says, she gets the back plate and says, you screw it. And as he says, yeah, it's guaranteed. He says, yeah, it gives me protection. I basically infuse my suit with my body. As he taps twice he taps twice on his chest as the breastplate come out and covers his face or his chest. And basically, I know how Iron Man tapped twice, and all that shit, the nice ass shit. Yeah, as his carpet, as his helmet came on, and he takes it off along with the whole suit, saying, I can really make however many copies I want, but the battery needs to be replaced. If it ever dies, then I'm stranded. As Izuku says, or no, fuck that battery. You don't need no damn battery. Izuku says, but sometimes the suit malfunctions and, that shit hurts. As she says, what happens? As she says, sometimes the pieces will blow off. Oh, man. And she says, that's like down. As Izuku chuckles saying, yeah. And Izuku chuckles saying, yeah. And He chuckled, saying, yeah, and grabbing, he says, yeah, sneaking, or, and grabbing, then, like, grabbing his mask and taking the back off, along with his whole suit. As he says, we're moving first thing in the morning. I don't want that queen tracking us. As he says, I just thought of something. You're gonna be my queen one day. Chuckling. As she says, and you're gonna be my king. Hopping on. Or as Izuku picks her up. She, wraps her arms around him. As they go to the bed. As she gently, or Izuku gently lays her down. Getting on top of her. He says, no, they start asking questions about each other, as, they finally go to sleep. And, they finally go to sleep as they wake up as they're like, oh man. Or Zuko wakes up and, she's in the shower. He was in the shower. In the shower and he chuckles saying, he just chuckles. Knowing what he's finna do. Eva gets out the shower, and at the same time Eva gets out the shower, Izuku walks in. As, she covers herself. As Izuku says, I don't know why you're hiding yourself. Chuckling, saying, we're gonna be married soon anyway, so I'm gonna have to see all of that anyway. Either way it goes. As, she chuckles, saying, sure, and dropping her hands. As, still being embarrassed, looking down. As Izuku looks up towards her. He walks over there and kisses her. As he hears a knock on the door. Looking at her, his suit instantly retracts to him. And he puts his whole suit on. Meantime, Eva's getting dressed. As Izuku looks at the door. As she says, who is it? Getting in the same outfit that you see in the picture. She says, who is it? As, nah, just three. Boom, boom, nah, just two. Boom, boom, nah, just me. My bad though. She says, who is it? As Izuku says, I don't know. Grabbing her and saying, don't make a noise. I don't want you taken away from me. As Izuku, as they kick open the door, saying, where is he? Saying, where is he in that priest? The queen's been injured. We need her badly. As Izuku says, Izuku gets his gun out and shoots both of the guards in the head. As she's shocked that Izuku just killed someone. No mercy. As she's kind of shocked by those dead bodies. She's kind of shocked by those dead bodies. I'm getting caught up, man. She's kind of shocked by those dead bodies. And she says, what the hell? Izuku. As, Izuku, he says, it's nothing. He says it's nothing. It's not that major. Going up to her and hugging her. Going up to her. Let me stop clicking on that picture, man. Going up to her and hugging her. Yeah. And she said it'll be alright. Hearing more footsteps, they bust at the window. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off.